Hello my friends, welcome to another episode of Warhammer 40,000 Inquisitor Martyr. My name is Wilfred. So I'm playing the Psyker and it is the season of Malediction, the 7th season on the PC. So far it's fun, but it also can be quite hard as well, especially with all these area of damage resulting from the season mechanic on the ground and so on. So it does change the way that I would approach the season with my character. Now what you are seeing here is a game mode called the Void Crusade. Really fun. Usually it is a series of missions. They're about 25 to 27 or 28 depending on which Void Crusade you are tackling, and each of the mission can go up to a pretty high level as well, depending on again how much you want to take on the challenge, as well as what kind of pathing that you want to play with. So it's it's static. Each of the mission is fixed as the map and so on, but there are some random variants to it, especially if you apply the tarot card. So it is fun. It's definitely very rewarding as well. Even at soft core, you can there's only a certain number of life that you start with, 3. Then you can accumulate more life if you manage to fulfill certain objectives. And even so, you can have a hardcore mode in a Void Crusade as well. So if a character gets defeated and that's the end of the Void Crusade, to open up Void Crusade you need the Void Shard, and at the end of the Void Crusade you can pick chests that you want to open. Some of them, depending on the info fragment that you have collected across the pathing of your Void Crusade, you can then have a glimpse on some of these chests and say, maybe that is not something that I want to collect, and so on. And of course, as always with the season mechanic, you've got an extra key to open up one extra chest. So it is very, very rewarding, and kind of like this is a game that spoiled me when I come back to, say, for example, playing Diablo 4. And then you feel that, well, one dungeon is really long, a lot of backtracking, the loot just doesn't seem that exciting, and yeah, so it's one of those games that I always enjoy going back to, the Warhammer Inquisitor. There's just so much loot explosion at the end of the, especially at the end of the Void Crusade, and also as you progress in the Void Crusade, it's not mandatory you have to finish up all 27 missions for Void Crusade. You can just do as little as you want, and that's where the fun is. But of course, the longer you stay in the Void Crusade, the more mission that you tackle, the more loot quality and loot quantity that you will receive, and they kind of rewards you for the perseverance throughout the whole entire Void Crusade. Now, some want to max and min all these things and say, well, maybe I don't want to spend so much time playing the Void Crusade, just want to get enough and then open up max number of the chests. May not be the best loot there, but move on to the next Void Crusade. Or like me, I'm a completionist, so I just want to finish off every single kind of mission, collect every single key, and yeah, I mean that is just how you want to play it. This is a sandbox game. You don't have to fix on to doing what everybody is doing, running or farming the most efficient way. Just do the most fun way that you enjoy. And also, when it comes to Void Crusade, because each mission is only about, I mean, if you're kind of fast, maybe 2 minutes or so, but towards the later part of the Void Crusade, like this one, the Supreme Mission, I tend to just do a little bit more because my loot boost is so high that even single enemy that drop may have something good for me. So I don't mind spending a little bit time pushing the later part of the Void Crusade to a much higher level, the highest I can go, I can take on, and try to get the better loot out from it. So in short, I mean, this game you can jump in, log in, play for maybe 5 minutes, log out if you have other things to do, or you can stay on for an hour or 2 if you want to do more with this game. The flexibility is there compared to other games like Diablo 4 that demands you a lot more time investment in some of these events that you have to stay on for maybe half an hour. Some of these dungeons that can be a little bit long, and also the elixir that lasts for half an hour or so, or 45 minutes if you buff it. Things like that. I find that this game is a lot more flexible to my timing. Now, my Psyker versus this new season is not the same as a couple of seasons ago, because Because I'm a little bit wiser, I know how to build my character a little bit better. And also this season mechanic, my Psyker is a little bit more like close range, close quarter fight to burn the enemy. But with this season, it's a little bit more challenging to be at the melee range, which I agree with some of you on the comment on YouTube. So I have to consciously avoid all this like a splash damage from the enemy upon defeat, especially the poison and fire one. The warp one is a bit of like, I have to deal with warp anyway as a Psyker, because my Psyker build is totally the extreme kind of like a version of unhinged. So that's fine, I can deal with the warp one, but the fire and the poison one is the one that I need to pay attention when I deal with the season mechanic. The build I have is very much similar to my Psyker a couple of seasons ago, with some tricks here and there. I'm doing again the Firestorm, which is the AoE. I like that, it's pretty strong. I like Extermination as well. You can see a lot of fire column appear around my character as well, so that is Extermination, nice and easy, majority of time can do what it does. I'm using a shock kind of like a debuff, and with the Psalm Doctrine to defeat a shocked enemy, we have a splash damage across the 3 meter across all the other enemy, and put them as shock as well. I thought it's pretty fun, so it does seems to kind of like eliminate quite a number of enemies at one shot, which I kind of like it. If I deal with single target like the mini bosses here and there, I'll use combustion, especially on burn enemy through the Firestorm. You can have 1000% higher damage, like 10 times higher damage, so that is desirable. And if my Firestorm is on cooldown, I'll use the Molten Beam, which debuff with the burn DOT. So again, I mean, so that I can apply the burn onto the target, more burn, and make sure that my combustion against the single target is good. But however, I mean, this Psyker is very it has to be very mobile. It cannot stand still because of all this unhinged anomaly that I caused around me. So I cannot just stay still. I'll be very vulnerable if I do so. So I have to constantly move around with my teleports kind of skill gifted by the weapon, by one of the weapons. So I can't do a lot of beam and channel kind of thing. So it's one of those trade-offs that I have to make. I'm running 3 blessing as my couple of seasons ago, which is the usual suspect, the misfortune to reduce armor, the fiery form to buff my fire damage, also against the fire damage resistance, build up of that, and also endurance to increase my defensive skill. So these are the blessings that you see that I keep popping the 3 blessing for 90 seconds. And I'm also using a Doom as well if I need to just give myself a little bit more production. That is from the Telekinesis kind of like a skill tree, as you call it. Psyker is very wonderful. It's one of the most complex ARPG character that I play. Not only do you have quite a number of skill to play with, you also can augment your skill through your passive. So the skill may come with 3 property, and you kind of pick another 3 that you want. You can make it cooldown reduction, or you can make it hit stronger, or you can make it like apply certain debuff, or give your character a certain buff. So you can just customize the build that you want. So that is really good. Passive wise, as usual suspect, I always go for the health, defense, and suppression, and also that is on the defense-ish offensive side. Then on the offense, of course, I'm doing hit, so hit, crit, and I'm not doing range for this build. This build is kind of like a lot of things are called self. The tagging is called self. It's not a range, it's just around you. So I do the area of damage, area of effect damage tree. So that's the one. And of course I'm a Puritan, so a lot of my buff are towards the Puritan one. As you will see later on, the reward is actually pretty good. I managed to get a couple of upgrades, and the good thing about this game is that after I've played Diablo 4 for like since June. I stopped early this month, maybe 2 months or so. I found that after a mission, which I received a lot of loot, of course, because my stash or my inventory is multi-tab, so I can collect a lot of things. So I don't need to constantly thinking about what to carry, what not to. I can just very quickly, sell my items by the type. I don't need to go through all these low-level items to hope to imprint it into something wonderful. One click, I can sell off the item by color. I can salvage all the items that I don't want, and then after that I really look at what I want. I can favorite them as well, so that I don't sell them or salvage them by mistake. And then after that I can just sell them, sell the rest of the or salvage the rest of the high level items, which is good. The loot are very relevant as well. I like it a lot. So and after that, with all this upgrade, I'll be doing a little bit more crafting to make it more powerful. So thanks for staying on. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll talk to you soon. Take care of yourself. Bye.